Aloha, this is Kaipacha with the Weekly Pele Report. I'm out here on the beach. I've made it to Venice Beach. And you know, wherever the waters of infinity meet the land, there is wind. So I'm as close to the doggone microphone as I can get. I hope it's not too windy out here. Today is March 25th of 2015. This is an astrological report looking at the big picture of what's going on. And there's a lot going on as usual. Right now the moon is in Gemini. On Thursday she moves into Cancer and comes into that first quarter square after the solar eclipse. This last week she's coming into that first quarter square at 6 degrees of Cancer. We're going to talk about that. Then on Saturday she moves into Leo, making a nice grand trine with the Sun and Saturn. Sun in Aries, Saturn in Sag, Moon over there in Leo. It's going to mellow out over the weekend, but until then we'll see what's up, because there's some other things coming up next week. Mars goes into Taurus on Tuesday. Mercury goes into Aries on Monday. Some changes there. Venus trines Pluto. But through this whole thing, we've got basically Black Moon Lilith in Virgo, in opposition to the midpoint of Neptune and Chiron. I specifically want to talk about that, along with, of course, that grand trine going on in the fire signs. I'm going to head on over to these rocks over here. Okay, I got to hurry up and do this report because a wave just came over those rocks and soaked me and the camera and everything else. So anyway, wow, these are wild times. I'm on Muscle Beach. I just passed by. Muscle Beach is right there. And how appropriate is that for the Sun moving through Aries, Mars in Aries, south node of the moon in Aries, Mercury moving into Aries. Aries is muscles. Aries is this powerful, masculine warrior that is just like ready to rock. Yeah, ready to roll, ready to lift those weights, paddle that surfboard, get on out there. Oh my God. This is an exciting Pele report for me. Yeah, and it is exciting. You know, we've still got, you know, Jupiter's in a loose trine, yeah, with Uranus, and we've still got, you know, the Sun trine, you know, trining Jupiter, and there's a lot of this, you know, Jupiter in Leo, and a lot of fire in this Aries stuff, and it's you know, it's exciting on the one hand, but like I've been saying for a long time now, this is also the break free and the break out and the break loose, and this individuation process of like coming into your own energy, your own truth, your own desires, your own will. Boom, I, me, my. This is, you know, it's really interesting. Yeah? The interesting part about it is this Saturn, the weight, moving into Sagittarius, the sign of the philosopher that wants to form, structure a new philosophy of life, go for a deeper meaning. So I think there's a pull here between the superficial, between just action for the sake of action, action for the sake of distraction, to just like, you know, Aries can just start. So it can be tempting to, you know, like follow these impulses, follow these will forces, and it's like, I want that, and I'm going to start that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go there, and I'm going to, you know, free myself and let go, and then we have what? The moon moves down into Cancer. We have the square. This is the first quarter square, yeah, coming up this weekend, you know, and Cancer wants emotional security, wants emotional bonding, wants to really connect and feel safe and secure and solid. So it's interesting to have these forces of change, of initiation, of new desires and impulses, and then you can have the, you know, like it's almost like a backlash with that square. What have I done? What did I start? What ball did I start rolling? Is it the right ball? And is it in the right direction? So this is also a time, you know, Uranus is unpredictable events, sudden, shocking at times. So this can be a time where you experience shocking surprises. And it's all about this Sun trine Saturn in Sagittarius. Is that desire coming from the deepest level of your soul's evolutionary intention? Are you in alignment? Are you in alignment with your deepest truth? Or are you just distracting yourself, entertaining yourself, enjoying yourself, you know? Or are you on this path of evolution that is bringing you into a deeper, wider, broader understanding of natural law, of Mother Nature, of your place in it? Saturn is serious and sober contemplation. And when we've got all this, you know, da-da-da jazz going on, I mean, it's like, I'm in the perfect place for this. I mean, I have seen more new outfits and more, you know, new cars that I've never seen before. I mean, this place is like the leading edge. Aries is the leading edge. So there's a lot of leading edge creative genius and impulse, and we all have this creative genius and impulse. And Saturn, this trine, you know, actually after that square, when the moon moves into Leo, it is going to, that trine stabilizes. So we're going to find this weekend, you know, after we get, you know, that square on Friday, Thursday, Friday, as the moon is in Cancer, opposing Pluto, you know, creating this square with the sun. Then it's going to move into Leo, and we're going to be stabilizing our creative ventures. So it's just a good time to also, you know, as we move forward, as we evolve, as we change, we let go of a lot, and we've been cutting the cords now. Mars in Aries, Uranus in Aries, it's time to move forward, time to say goodbye to this friendship, this relationship, this job, this house, this city, this country. I mean, this is just a real time, yeah? And even Sagittarius is, you know, migration, the migration of peoples. We're gonna find a lot of movement. Intercultural, yeah, international movement, you know, as Saturn spends the next 2.5 years in Sagittarius. It's really time to find your tribe, and that tribe is people that have the same philosophy of life, or feel the same meaning, or have the same truth. So all of this adjustment requires a lot of letting go, like I said. And all we want to do is, with that letting go, it's a natural human experience of grief and sorrow whenever there is a loss. You know, as beneficial as that loss is, okay, as painful as that loss can be to that friend or that family or that group, these feelings give us information about who we really are, about what is really valuable and important, and what is so meaningful or not meaningful. So it's a time to learn something from those feelings when we get into this first quarter square of the moon in Cancer with that sun over there in Aries. And like I said before, behind all of this and under all of this is this black moon Lilith in Virgo. Oh my God. You should see, these waves are like over my head, man. Anyway, black moon Lilith opposite Neptune, Poseidon, god of the oceans, of chaos, yeah? You know, of the infinite potential in the dream. Well, black moon Lilith over there in Virgo is saying, you know what? We want to heal that separation from spirit, and the way to do that is through work, thought, discrimination, discernment, effort, contribution, service. And this can be a part of us. Black moon Lilith is very often a part of ourselves that we deny or avoid because it's not pleasant, and other people don't want to hear it. I think I talked about this before, maybe a little last week. So this is a time shit, I'm getting soaked. No, this is a time, you know, of being willing to, yeah, call a spade, and call the truth, and really come into, yes, our willingness to do the work that is required to go deeper, and not make it just a change on the surface, you know, like change, you know, move around the furniture in the living room, but really you're in the same house, you're in the same suburb, or you're in the same city. It's like really taking it down to the next level, and that next level, you know, takes a little bit of effort. It takes some work to really find the deeper truths and the deeper meanings. So this week's mantra got soaked. So I'm gonna have to see if I can remember it, yeah. When I see the deeper meaning of what happens in my life, I let go of the blame for all the pain, as my growth is worth the price. If you contemplate that one for a little while, yeah, we're letting go of a lot, and it's not always easy, and it's not always fun, and yet there is a deeper truth about who we are, about what we need as a human being, in a relationship, in a job, in a life, in a family. And we want to really face ourselves. We want to do our work. We don't want to be projecting and just acting, and if people don't like it or the feedback or whatever, you know, it's you know, ignoring, avoiding what the environment or life is trying to like teach us at this time. So it may not, you know, we may hit obstacles and blocks. Saturn in Sagittarius are expansion. But those blocks are not to stop us. It's not to say no, that it's not possible or you shouldn't be doing this. It's just really time to take it and look at it and understand it and go forward with a deeper purpose behind all of our actions. So we want to take those impulses and imbue them with conscious intention. And then it's frickin' sailing, man. Then it lightens up for the weekend. You know, the moon moves into Leo. We start playing some more. We have that trine. And then, of course, the shift next week. I could go on forever. Mercury comes out of Pisces. Thank God, man. It's been like, you know, this month of Mercury in Pisces, miscommunication and chaos and, you know, things getting dropped and, you know, schedules and details and things like that. I mean, Mercury in Pisces is imaginative and creative with music, dance, and art, but oh my God. You know, so now it's coming into Aries. Yeah. Mars moving out of Aries into Taurus. Things are going to begin to slow down a little bit over the next month. We're still in this eclipse cycle. We had the solar eclipse, right, last week. We're going to have the lunar eclipse next week. So there's this 2-week period between the new moon and the full moon is this eclipse season where anything can happen and anything goes, and you kind of want to wear your seatbelt a little bit because it's like a wave could come crashing over the rocks and soak you at any second. Yeah, baby. So remember, you know, Saturn in Sagittarius is telling us it's all education, it's all learning, it's all growing. It's not about right and wrong, it's about consciousness. So just make that unconscious impulse from Aries conscious with that Saturn in Sagittarius, and you'll just be sailing on happy, smooth, sunny seas. Aye, aye, Captain. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.